Do me a favor, look at the photos you took today. Now, open your hard drive and go back to look at the photos you took exactly 1 year ago. I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. Are today's photos actually better, or are they simply sharper, just because you bought a more expensive lens? There is a dangerous lie that we have been told since we were children. Practice makes perfect. That is not true. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. If you continue to practice the same mistakes day after day, you aren't becoming a better photographer. You are just becoming excellent at taking mediocre photos. If you feel stuck, if you feel that your images no longer excite you, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to break down the 3 invisible psychological blocks that are sabotaging your growth, and I'm going to give you 3 concrete exercises to unblock your creativity without spending a single dollar on a new gear. What's up guys, I'm Emanuele Nasonte, I'm an Italian professional portrait photographer. I live and work in Warsaw, Poland, where I run my own studio. Every week I publish videos with practical tips, discussion on photography, philosophy and behind-the-scenes looks at my work. If you want to level up your photography, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. Let's get straight into it. Many of you are currently sitting, perhaps without even knowing it, in a place I call the photographer's purgatory. It is that terrible phase, and believe me, I have lived through it too, where you know your camera menus by heart. You have the right gear, you have the right lights, you are shooting regularly, and yet you are standing still. Your images all look the same. You look at the work of the great masters and they seem to be speaking an alien language that you just cannot decipher. The typical reaction to this specific block is to think, maybe I need a new camera. Maybe if I switch to medium format my photos finally have that soul. Let me stop you right there. The leap in quality does not come from your credit card. It comes from your head. I have analyzed hundreds of student portfolio and I have identified 3 silent enemies, 3 mental viruses, and today we are going to cure them one by one. Before we attack these viruses, I want to mention something important. If you enjoy the psychological side of what we are discussing today, you absolutely need to watch my previous video. In that video I broke down the psychological approach to portrait photography, how to talk to subject, how to make them comfortable, and the practical mental tricks I use on the set. It is the perfect companion to what we're discussing today. I'll link it up here and in the description. Watch it after this one and it will close the circle. The first reason your photos aren't improving is that your visual diet is toxic. We often say, you are what you eat. If you eat nothing but fast food, your body gets sick. In photography, the same law applies. We are what we watch. Your eye is a muscle and it needs to be fed. Let me guess your routine. You wake up, you grab your phone, you open your Instagram or TikTok and you start scrolling. You are seeing hundreds of images per second, hyper-saturated sunsets, skin smoothed out by beautiful beauty filters, trends of the moment that have a shelf life of 24 hours. Your brain is storing all of this junk. You have to understand that the social media algorithm is not designated to show you art of quality. It is designated to show you whatever retains attention for 3 seconds. It shows you what is popular, not what is good. If your only source of inspiration is social media, you will inevitably end up producing photos that look like Instagram posts. You become a human photocopier. You see a photo that has a lot of likes, your brain says, this works, and unconsciously you try to replicate it. But the photo was already a copy of a copy. This is visual junk food. It's tasty, it's easy to consume, but it has no nutritional value. Maybe it fills your belly, but it leaves you creatively malnourished. To unblock yourself, you need to change your diet. Here is the challenge. For 1 week, stop looking for inspiration on Instagram. Instead, take $50, 50 euros, whatever. Do not spend it on preset pack, spend it on a master photography book. Buy a book by Helmut Newton, by Genesis by Sebastião Salgado. Look at the work of Peter Lindbergh. Why a physical book? Because when you have a book in your hands, you cannot swipe away with your fingers. You are forced to stop. You are forced to confront the author's vision and understand their choices. To make it easy for you, I have selected my top 3 must-have photography books that changed my career. I've put the links in the description below. Full transparency though, those are Amazon affiliate links, so if you buy them, you support the channel at no extra cost for you. But regardless of where you buy them, please get physical books. Nutrient yourself with quality food. Look at how cinema director use light, and I guarantee you taste will change in a matter of days. We are about to move to the second block, which is probably the most common one among advanced photographers. But quickly, if you are finding value in this video, if you are tired of the usual gear reviews and want more content about the mindset of photography, do me a massive favor. Smash that like button. It tells YouTube that this conversation matters and it helps the channel grow so I can keep making this video for you. Done? Thank you. Now let's talk about the nerds. Let's move on the second block. This one hits the smart ones, the secchioni in Italian, nerds, the ones who study the manuals. I call this the syndrome of the technical executor. The symptom is this: you take a photo, you look at the histogram, and it's perfect. You check the focus at 100% zoom, and it's surgical. You check the ISO, and it's low. Technically, it is flawless. And yet, the photo is boring. It's cold. It makes you feel absolutely nothing. Why does this happen? Because you have confused the means with the end. Photographic technique is like grammar for a writer. It is fundamental to know it, of course, but simply knowing grammar does not make you a novelist. 90% of photography I see online are perfect grammar exercises, but they are empty of content. We have become obsessed with sharpness, but let me be brutal, sharpness is overrated. Sharpness is for surgeons and map makers. Artists need emotion. Think about the D-Day landing photos taken by Robert Capa. Those photos are blurry, they are shaky, they are grainy, technically maybe they are blank, but they transmit the fear, the chaos, the adrenaline of war better than any AK photos taken today. If Capa had stopped to check his histogram or to ensure perfect sharpness, he would have missed the shot and he would have lost history. The Executor Syndrome blocks you because it makes you start with the wrong question. The question you must start with is, why am I shooting? What do I want to transmit? Loneliness, joy, power, fragility maybe. Only after you have answered the why can you decide on the how. Here is the exercise to cure this. The next time you go out to shoot, I want you to take a piece of black gaffer tape and cover the LCD screen of your camera. Use a real gaffer tape so you don't leave sticky things on your expensive camera. I put a link to the one I use in the description as well. Cover that screen. Prohibit yourself from looking at the photo immediately after taking it. This is the bad habit we call chimping. Force yourself to feel the shot. Force yourself to trust your instinct and look at the subject, not the display. It will change your life. We arrive at the last invisible block. This is the one that keeps you paralyzed in your comfort zone. the fear of the ugly. We live in an era where we only show our successes. On Instagram, you only see my best photos, the ones selected from 1,000 attempts. This creates a cognitive distortion in your mind. You start to believe that professionals only take beautiful photos. Consequently, every time you take an ugly photo, you feel like a failure. You think, I have no talent. And what do you do to avoid this feeling? You stop taking risks. You start shooting only the things you already know how to photograph. You always take the same picture with the same light because you know it will turn out cute. You have stopped growing because you are afraid of making mistakes. But let me tell you an industry secret. Creativity is a numbers game. You know Cartier-bresson, the genius of the decisive moment? If you look at his content sheets, you will see that he made a lot of mistakes too. For every iconic photos that ended up in a museum, there are dozens of mediocre, wrong, ugly photos. The difference between a master and an amateur is not that master never fails. The difference is that master is not afraid to fail because he knows that the mistake is the only way to find the gold. Ugly photos are the mud you have to sift through to find the gold nugget. If you come home after a photography walk and all of your 100 photos are nice, okay, correct, for me, this is a failure. It means you draw with the handbrake on. I prefer to come home with 99 horrible photos and one extraordinary different photo that breaks my heart. You need to practice intentional failure. Next time, go out with the intention of doing something you do not know how to do. Are you bad with flash? Use only flash, even if the results are garbage. Are you bad at street photography because you are maybe shy? Go out and force yourself to shoot. Give yourself permission to suck. It is only when you accept that the 90% of your shoots will end up in the trash that you free yourself from performance anxiety, and suddenly your mind opens and creativity flows. So to recap, to unblock your photography, you don't need a new 50 megapixel sensor. You need to change your diet, less social media, more books. Check the links below for the recommendations. You need to stop being a technician and start to being an author. Ask yourself why before you ask how. And you need to embrace failure. Get your hands dirty with the mud to find the gold. Photography is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Enjoy the process and enjoy the mistakes. If you recognize yourself in one of these blogs, let me know in the comments below what is your number one enemy today. It is the technique or it is the fear. Let's talk about it. And don't forget to watch the psychological portrait video I mentioned earlier. It should be on the screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!